I'm gonna do this on the road. I did the film breakdown. I'm having a hard time posting it because of copyrights for the Patreon. So I'm trying to figure it out. Been a little bit busy, but yeah, I'm gonna talk about this Oshaki Foster fight and Ray Ford fight on the road, because I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get to the computer and do it, man. But I think it's a clear gap in skill here. Oshaki Foster is a big 130 pounder, 5'8", 70-inch arms length. He's a big 130 pounder. I see why he had no problem, talking about jumping up to 140 and all this type of stuff. I see why he's a big guy, and I think it's a skill gap, and I think it's an athleticism gap in this fight. And I just think Oshaki Foster seemed to be faster, better reflexes, better fighter, better balance, better skill. Ray Ford is a dog. I'll give him that. Ray Ford is a good fighter. But one thing I noticed about Ray Ford is when you throw punches at Ray Ford, he don't know how to, he ball up. He don't know how to do boxing move behind those punches. There ain't no slip and deliver a punch, or he don't know how to offset that. So with that, that's one of the things about it. He don't know how to offset it. So where you going, bro? Where you going? There's nowhere to go. It's another car in front of me. That's why I be just trying to realize these dudes drive like idiots, dog. Like, there's literally another car in front of me. So even if you were to go around me, you have this Toyota in front of me. I be wondering, what be wrong with these drivers out here, dog? And then as soon as you want to pop their ass, they get out that car and you pop their ass for hitting your shit, you in the wrong. It's crazy. But yeah, in general, that's the biggest issue I see. Ray gonna have to dog it out. When he was fighting that little Nick Ball guy, when Ball started throwing punches, he started just balling up, and then he would move forward. He would move forward on Ball. Like, where you going? It's always one of them foreign motherfuckers. Like, come on, you right next to that guy. I don't really understand it. Where do y'all think y'all going? It's a pile up right here. We telling you, dog. That's another thing about these immigrants. They can't drive. But yeah, he balled up when Nick Ball threw punches. And then he will come forward, throw punch. He didn't know how to control. He was a little dude. Nick Ball was a little dude. He didn't know how to really control him with his lead hand. And when he did have some control over old buddy, like, he didn't really make it count. I feel like he could have really, went to the body a lot more. I watched the Nova fight, and he did a lot better Nova fight. And it might have been a weight cut, might have been a lot better for him in that Nova fight. But it just seemed to be an issue transitioning from defense to offense. It seemed to be an issue. So, with Shocky Foster, he go from offense to defense. He know how to counter. He know how to use angles. It's just a gap in skill, but I won't say all is lost for Ray Ford. That I won't say. I think Ray Ford would have to just outwork Oshaki Foster. If the keys to victory for Ray Ford is really outwork him, I would really touch his body a lot. I would tell you, got to be prepared to get hit. I would really just walk him down, just a full body assault, use my jab, really work his body, really try to outland. He not gonna throw a lot of punches, so I'm trying to throw 2 punches to his 1, 3 punches to his 1. I'm trying to outwork him. I think Ray Ford got to outwork him from the beginning. He got to be the bully. He got to cut the ring off, and that's gonna be a hard thing to do. But because Shot got that long reach, he a big 130 pounder, but he got to come in. And I'm telling him, we ain't trying to box this motherfucker. We come to fight him. We come to outland him, outwork him. We come to drown him late in those fights and test that conditioning. That's what I'm trying to outdog him. I'm trying to outdog him. That's my PO prerogative. I'm trying to outdog him. And if you don't, I feel like if he don't outdog him, it's just too much of a. He don't have the power to knock out old Shocky Foster. He in Houston. He gotta outwork him. Jab, attack the body, outland him, outthrow him, outwork him. He has to outwork him. And I think Hitchens is a good sparring partner for him. You know, Shakur is a good sparring partner for him. You know, and it's ever a time for Shocky Foster to get aggressive is this fight in front of your fans. He said he got knockout power. He just don't show it. It's time to show it. Because you're going to have Ray Ford. Only way Ray Ford can beat him is if Ray Ford can outwork him or knock him out. And with 7, 8, 9, I don't see it happen for Shock. I think Shock can outbox him, but at the end of the day, you want to get a Shakur fight. You want to go up to 135, possibly challenge Lomachenko coming back, get in the mix for Navarrete. He said if he don't get the Navarrete fight, he moving up. Lomachenko could be getting that fight. You want to be appealing to a Lamont Rhodes. You want to be appealing to Abdullah Mason. You want to be appealing to the Albert Bell, Andy Cruz, IBF title eliminator winner, Tank Davis. You want to be appealing. You got to come out there and make a statement. I think the key for him to win, obviously, is to use his reflexes, his speed, his boxing ability, his footwork, his ability to cut the ring off, not move back in straight line, use his angles. But I think it's time for him to be aggressive. I think it's time for him to be aggressive. Not just throw at the target. He punched the land and get out the way. It's time to punch through the target. Now, is that going to give an opportunity for Ray Ford to be able to counter you? Yeah, but he don't really counter you like that. If he do counter you while you punching, it's a get off me punch. He don't know how to, boom, deliver a shot. He don't know how to punch with you like that. He ball up. So it was ever time to really punch through the target and punch with authority and show that knockout power and look impressive. It's this fight. You got the perfect opponent in front of you. You know, he just, you know, that's how he got robbed versus Robinson Casico, whatever his name is. He was being too beta in there. He was being too finessed in there. He talked like a big dog, but it's time to punch like one, or at least punch through the target. He punched at the target. It was ever a fight to put a hellacious ass whooping on a motherfucker. It's this one. From a stylistic standpoint, from a storyline standpoint, you know, and for Shock, the weakness is he don't go to the next gear. He played with his food. He kind of remind you of Shakur a little bit. He played with his food too much. He played with his food too much. He played with his food too much. Go out there and try to close the show. I think his inability to close the show and him being finesse and not stepping up and not stepping up to the next gear, he had just go into cruise control, just like Shakur. Step it up. You know, some talks about his conditioning on that's one of the reasons why he don't step it up. So we'll see his conditioning is at. There's some talk about that for Ray Ford. His inability to transition from defense to offense is a problem. You balling up on a consistent basis. You know, I think he need to control the distance with his lead hand a little bit more, but a very talented fighter. I think he probably had a speed disadvantage in this fight, so he got to get time, and it's going to be imperative that he punch with Shocky Ford and counter Shocky Ford, or take it to Shocky Ford. Shocky Foster, excuse me. He got to take it to him. If you ain't going to transition from defense to offense and punch with him, make him miss and make him pay, you're going to have to dog it out. So I think he can dog it out. He showed a Nick Ball. He willing to strap his nuts on and all. So, you know. But ultimately, I think Shocky Foster is just too much of a... He's just too much talent here. And then Ford don't really have the punching power. You know, he don't really have the punching power like that. So I just think the talent gap is too wide. You know what I'm saying? There's a gap in talent, a wide gap in talent. I think Shock is going to win by 3 points at least, unanimous decision. So, but I'm definitely interested in it, and this is what boxing is about. Shout out to Ray Ford for stepping to the plate. Shout out to Shakur Stevenson for putting the play down for this fight and making boxing great. This is the best contribution he made to boxing by making this fight. this is better than any other fight his fights, to be honest. And partially that's because of the storyline and because of Shockey Foster popping this shit. So good fight. I like Shocker, unanimous decision. But if you want to make a statement, he got to go out there and stop this boy. So you want to make a real statement. But hey, thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Next subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance to get notifications. We go live, drop video. Find me on X, Facebook, Kick, Twitch, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal. Appreciate the love and support. Peace.